Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Linda for those that are new here. Over on my Instagram page, I asked for people to send me questions of what they wanted to know about me, a bit more about me. So yeah, I'm doing a question and answer today. So if you're interested in getting to know me a little bit more, stick with me. It is a Wednesday night. My hubby is doing night shift tonight and 7:15, and I managed to get both my kids asleep. So mum goals. I have also grabbed myself a glass of wine. I will obviously not drink this whole glass of wine. I have 2 kids that I'm looking after, and I very rarely drink. I might have a glass of wine once a month, if that. So yeah, grab yourself a glass of wine. Let's have a few drinks while I'm doing this video. Wine, tea, coffee, whatever tickles your fancy. Grab yourself something, pause this video, go grab yourself something. And yeah, stay tuned to hear my answers to all my questions. I'll just have a drink of this now. Alrighty, so the first question I was asked is, what was I doing before I became a stay-at-home mum? So, as most of you know, in my videos, I mention a lot about me having family in Melbourne and I'm in country Victoria. So, yeah, so I moved down here when I got married. It just with my traditional Italian background, really traditional Italian parents. I wasn't able to move out of home until I was married, although my husband and I bought our first house. It settled a week after we got engaged. So we brought it before we got engaged, knowing that that's the path that we were coming down. I was going to be moving down here and starting a life down here. But before that, I was working at a student accommodation in the CBD, and I was what they call an owner's corporation officer. So I dealt with, it was like on the real estate side, not necessarily real estate. I wasn't in property management or sales. I'm in the more side of things where sales agents and property management workers don't get along with Owners Corporation, but the company I worked with was property management and Owners Corporation. We were on site. I worked with a company called YMCA, and in Victoria, we were the only 2 student accommodation complexes. They have, in the last, I think, 2-3 years, have been brought out by another company. These particular student accommodation properties, not YMCA. And so we got along. I got along with the other property management teams members. It was myself and a manager. My manager, as he was Owners Corporation manager, I was Owner Corporation officer. When he was away, I was the manager. And when I moved down here, I was given the opportunity, because my manager absolutely loved what I did for him, my work ethics. He wanted to keep me on board, and I managed to work from home 5 days a week for 2 solid years. And when I moved down here, they supplied me with my laptop, my printer, internet service. The only reason I would ever have to go to Melbourne is if there was a AGM meeting, a committee meeting, staff meeting, if I've got major contracts that I am putting into play, I would need to go to Melbourne to meet those contractors. So I did that for 10 years before I moved down here. But yeah, after 2 years of working from home, 5 days a week, I was getting our first house, we had a pool. We were in a nice estate in this country town I live in. The country town I live in is not very small. So we're in the nicer estate in this town, and I just felt too confined. Like I was getting to the point where I was actually getting in my car, driving around, coming back home, starting work. So it felt like I was going to work, but I was actually technically at home. But it was good. I had a pool, so on the hot days, I'll just, if I needed to clear my head, I'll just jump in my pool, refresh myself. It was really good in that aspect. But after 2 years, I was just going crazy, and I was craving the socializing side of working in an office. Every Fridays we would go out for lunch. But I mean, me and a few other girls from my office, every day we'll quickly have our lunch and go for a walk around. I was in Carlton, so we'd go for a walk around Lygon Street, Swanston Street. But in the country town I live in, you do need to know. I found it really hard finding a job down here. It was more, at that time, it was more of you need to know someone to get a job. My husband knew a lot of people, but not in the real estate career that I was in. Owners Corporation does not exist down here. So I got my property, I went online, I did my property management, my real estate course, got my certificate in property management, and my agent's representative certificate, not license, just a certificate. If you get your license, you're able to open up a real estate business. You're able to be a director, that sort of thing. But I just wanted to basically work at a real estate, even if it was just as a receptionist, because at the job I was an Owners Corporation officer for 10 years. For the first 6 months I was a receptionist, and then I got promoted. So I was just happy doing reception, and I knew, I was just, married, and we were actually actively trying for a child. And I knew that I was having infertility issues at that point. I just wanted something easy, 3 days a week, so I managed to get a job at a real estate agent purely because the house that I'm living in now, we actually brought the 10 acres that we're on through this real estate agent. And when we were putting our house on the market, he asked what we were doing, and I said I just quit my job. I gave him a month's notice. And yeah, he gave me a job instantly. So that's basically how I got a job. And he knew of the family name and people in relations of my husband. So he knew what kind of family I was married into, and didn't know much about me and my family, but knew who I was married into. So that's how it worked out with what I was doing. What was I doing before becoming a stay-at-home mum? Now, I will just mention in that I will not be going back to work until my youngest is at least at kinder or prep, so in a couple more years. So that was a really long-winded answer to that question. Okay, next thing is, do you enjoy doing YouTube? I absolutely love doing YouTube. I love the editing process. The shopping side of things, I shop because I need to shop. And the only reason why I started YouTube was because I loved watching certain creators, specifically Katie Francis, her new YouTube name. I absolutely loved watching her videos. And I basically just turned around to my husband and said, hey, what do you think about me doing this? I go shopping anyway. I'm spending the money, and do you mind that I record the kids when I do my shopping trips, or if I want to do a video at home or a cooking video, or and they're around and their faces are on YouTube? Do you mind? And he's like, no, why not? Like, you're at home, you don't have a job. If this can become a career, go for it. You enjoy doing it, so you do. Just aim high and yeah, just go for it. There's no harm. And yeah, so I really, really do enjoy, now that I'm doing it, I love the editing process. I love the recording process. Like, doing it around the kids' schedules is a bit difficult because, like, I put my son goes to bed on his own, so I put them both down at the same time. And sorry, you can tell I work in an office because I'm always playing with my pen. I used to work in an office, I should say. And then I put my daughter down and I did my hair and makeup after I put her down. So, or if I record during the day when she's down for a nap, I get myself ready, and sometimes I look completely horrible in my videos because I'm just so not, it's just me. You get what you get. Like, if I'm able to do it, then I'll do it. I'll dress up, I'll do my hair, do my makeup. If not, it's, you get what you get. Yeah, so I absolutely love YouTube. Next question. What star sign are you? I got this question from Zisha. I know you're probably watching right now. Yes, I got 3 questions from her. So yeah. I am a Capricorn. I'm not really into star signs, so yep, I'm Capricorn. Next question she asked was, did you build your beautiful home? We did build our home. So the first house that we brought, we brought this land 3 years, oh no, maybe 2.5 years or 3, yeah, 2.5, 3 years after we brought our first house, because my husband's from, when he was younger, he was on acreage, and that's what he wanted to move on to. Because I was coming from Melbourne, he didn't want to completely put me on acreage straight away. He wanted me to, become familiar with the area, and so that's why we brought a house in an estate. So yeah, we sold that house, so we didn't want to be financially strained for the rest of our lives. It sounds a bit weird, but we sold that house, the money we made off that house, because we put all our income straight into the home loan. The money we made off that house, we were able to buy the land outright with that money, and we only had a mortgage for this house that we built. And my husband, we did go own a builder. We didn't get a builder to build our house. We went own a builder, and my husband probably did, I'm gonna say 85% of the build of this house. He's an electrician by trade, and he's got a lot of friends and family that are in the building industry. So it was just an agreement came into place that they would help him build the house at a cheaper price, but my husband was here every single day that they were on site, hands on. So when in my videos, when there was one video I said that he doesn't like me putting nails into walls, like meaning pictures on walls, like to get my wedding photo put up in the living area that you've seen in my daily vlogs, took about 1.5 years. So he doesn't know yet that I put a poster frame up in the laundry. He'll soon find out. Even when I asked him to put the frame that I did for my daughter in her bedroom, and I went into that room. I went into a room and I said, so I knocked on the wall and I said, so is this the stud? And he goes, you're not really looking for a stud that way, are you? Like, he's got a stud finder. He's got, when you need to nail a hole in the wall, you need to let me know about it. So yeah, he's really protective of this house. And I said, look, we've got 2 kids under the age of 4. You can't expect our house to stay, no scratches on the wall, no dents, no nothing. It's gonna happen. So yes, we did build our house, and yeah, we went owner builder, so it was a lot more hands-on than as you would if you were to have gotten a builder like Metricon or Simmons, like one of those builders. Okay, next question she asked, when did you move to Country Vic? I moved to Country Victoria when I got married, so back in 2012. But I did buy my house in 2011, at the start of 2011, and came down on weekends after a Friday night. After I finished work on a Friday night, and I'll go back on a Sunday. So yeah. Next question I got, why do you do so many Kmart hauls? Well, I just love Kmart. I absolutely love Kmart. Before I started doing YouTube, I would shop at Kmart all the time. So yeah, I thought, well, I'm shopping there now, and I know how popular, how much everyone's crazy over Kmart these days. So yeah, that's why I thought, yeah, it's not a matter of I don't purposely go out to Kmart. I love Kmart, so yeah, I'm just putting it on YouTube every time I buy something, really. So yeah, it might give inspiration to someone else to if they want to get ideas before they go to Kmart. And I know Melbourne is in they're coming out of it's just eased off a little bit. I don't know, 2 days ago, 2-3 days ago, and I don't think Kmart's opened up yet, so people are doing a lot of online shopping. So this is a great way for people to see what Kmart has available and someone else's opinion of their products. So when I do these hauls, I don't specifically go out and buy a particular item just to put on YouTube. I actually need that item, and I do these videos, so it's a win-win for both situations. And in saying that, I do want to get, sorry, I need to have a drink. In saying that, I do want to get more into vlogging and cleaning routine sort of videos. So yeah, yeah, you might not only see Kmart hauls, and I do want to try other clothing brand for myself. I know I have just put out a Kmart clothing haul. I think that's the first. I might have tried on a few items in other hauls, but it's the first Kmart try-on haul that I did. It's been a couple of days now that it's been out, so if you haven't checked it, I'll put the iCard here. I had so much fun doing that try-on haul. So yeah, it's just given me an itch to try other brands. I'm not much of an online shopper, but I do want to actually try ordering online and seeing how my sizing that I would typically buy at like Kmart and Cotton On will be if I shop online. Why do you live so far from your family? So yeah, I got married and my husband absolutely dislikes Melbourne. Every time we go and see my family, so I mean, I would normally go once a month for 3-4 days. My husband would come down like if there was a special, like a birthday, or my parents were doing a family dinner, and he was able to take time off work on those special occasions as well, because he's a shift worker. And he works weekends, some weekends he doesn't work, so it just depends. But he's happy that way. Like, he absolutely dislikes Melbourne. And the way, did I get this question? The way I met my husband was, well, I've known my husband for 10 years now. So, 10 years or 11? Oh, jeez. 2008. Yeah. So I met him in 2008. So what does that make it? Oh my God, I'm so bad. 10, 11 years? We're 2020, 12 years. 12 years. He was doing trade school. He was doing an addition to his trade at Swinburne Uni in Carlton. And we met one day on my lunch break when I was going on one of my walks with my work colleagues, my friends. So yeah, that's how we met. Otherwise, we wouldn't have crossed paths because he absolutely hates Melbourne and he's a country boy. So there's often times when I say to him, oh, can we just pack up and move back to Melbourne? And no way will he ever move to Melbourne. I'll move to Melbourne in a split second. He would never move to Melbourne. If anything, we'll move interstate purely for work for him. So, yeah. Next question. Why? No, that was that question. Next question. Did you plan both your children? Sort of. We went through infertility issues and we went through IVF. And yeah, so we had been planning for children. So it wasn't just a matter of, okay, we want to start having children, and bang, it was a very long process of us eventually having my son. So, and with my daughter, we had started trying, and it was just a matter of we were happy with one child. If we fell pregnant with another child, fantastic. I wasn't going to put my body through IVF ever again. Everyone has their own experience. Like, even now, like, my fertility specialist is my OB. So my fertility specialist was my gyno, and he's now my OB. He was my OB for my pregnancies as well. And he's my gyno now, and I had a procedure done not too long ago with him. And he still remembers all the trouble I had. Oh, are these flyaway hairs that I could see in my camera? And it's just the hair I've lost when I had the baby growing back, and I didn't put hairspray on. Yeah, he's still, like, he knows me back to front. Like, he doesn't even need to call me in a room full of people. Like, he knows me, he knows my husband. Like, when I had my daughter, he was on holidays and he was coming to see me when I was being discharged, and we were in the car park, and he came to the car because he knew who we were. Like, my first ever IVF process was one that he'll never forget from all his patients, apparently. it was that bad. And this question kind of goes into how was your IVF process and treatment. It was really, really bad. He has no idea what happened to me, but yeah, after I had another 8 complete IVF cycles after that first initial one, and it was like touch and go every single process. But then I miraculously fell pregnant with my son naturally when I took 2-month break from from a solid 8 months of, or I'm going to say probably about 11 months, because one of the processes he wanted to try was the SIM cycle, and I only had 1 embryo, and then he wanted to freeze that embryo and see if it would work if I had a frozen transfer. But otherwise I went through complete A to Z cycle with only ever 1 embryo surviving. So yeah, so no, I didn't plan I didn't necessarily plan. We had fertility issues, and it was just the way it went. So I know someone in particular that has got children, and it was just a matter of, okay, we're ready to have a child, fell pregnant. 2 years later, okay, we want to have another child, fell pregnant straight away. So we weren't lucky enough to go through that process. And I had a terrible pregnancy with both of them. I was a high risk pregnancy with both my successful pregnancies. I had a miscarriage in between my 2 kids, and I was on bed rest for my first one from 20 weeks, and my second one I was on bed rest from 14 weeks. So yeah, yeah, not very exciting times for me, I must say. Not something that I thought I would ever have to go through. But yeah, I don't think my age played a factor in it, because we did start trying when I was 28, as soon as we got married. So I was 28 when we got married, and I had my daughter last year, and I was 35. So I had just turned 35. So I don't think my age ever played a factor in my infertility. I had unknown, undiagnosed infertility. I just wasn't falling pregnant. So yeah, that's basically it. So you got to know me a bit more in this video. If you do have any other questions while watching this video, leave me a comment down below. I hope everyone enjoyed this. It's not something that I thought I would do, but I thought it might be interesting to some people, hearing a bit more about me. So yeah, hopefully you grabbed yourself a drink. I only took 2 sips out of this. 3 sips. And I think that's enough for me. The rest is going to go down the drain. But yeah, that's basically it. I really, really love doing this video. I probably talk too much. I know in all my videos, my hauls, I talk far too much, and recently I've had to edit a lot of my hauls, and you probably can tell because I'm chopping in from one, like, you know, I might be laughing hysterically, cutting into a clip. That's because I had been rambling on, thought something was funny, laughed, and then I've cut, and then I've continued, and then I thought, oh, this is a good point to continue on so they don't have to hear me babbling. But yeah, I'm really sorry if that annoys you. I just don't want you guys to hear. I'm around 2 kids, and we've been in isolation. And I'm a full-time mum, and I take care of these 2 kids that I can't, like, my son's pretty good now, like I can have a conversation with him, but yeah, you know, just that socializing. I just want to talk. But yeah, anyway, hope everyone has a lovely day, evening, whenever you're watching this. And I don't know what kind of video I'm going to do next. I know I am actually trying to decide whether I'm going to cut down to 2 videos instead of 3 videos a week, so then I can actually put some more effort into some more different kinds of videos that I want to get into. Yeah, let me know your thoughts about that. I've been thinking about it these last 2 days. Just more with like the editing. Like, I really love my editing, so I'm taking a little bit longer to edit my videos. And yeah, I want to play around with editing a bit more. And if I have to do 3 videos a week, it might slack off in that department. So I want to be able to, you know, try different techniques and those sort of things. But yeah, anyway, have a nice day, nice evening, and I am actually just gonna grab a block of chocolate, I think, and sit on the couch and watch some Netflix. I don't know if that's a smart idea, considering my daughter probably comes into our bed at 12:30 on the dot. And hubby won't get home until 3:30 tomorrow morning. Let me know if there's any TV series on Netflix or TV shows on Netflix that you you suggest. There is an Aussie TV series that I do want to, what's it called? Taken Away? It's an Aussie one. I'll leave it in the comments down below. There was 2 seasons, and I don't think they're doing a 3rd season. And I tell you what, it's one of the best TV series I've ever watched on Netflix, I think. I'll probably say that about all the TV series I watch, but anyway. Yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what shows on Netflix you're into at the moment. Yeah, I'd love to know. All right, everyone. Take care and stay safe out there. Bye.